Writing. Pregnant woman's car breaks down. A kind mechanic helps her, then she says the unthinkable. Warning disclaimer. This story is a work of fiction. All characters, events, companies, and locations are imaginary. Any resemblance to real persons or events is purely coincidental. The rain came down in sheets, turning the quiet highway into a blur of gray. Cars sped past, their headlights slicing through the storm, but none slowed down for the stranded sedan on the shoulder. Inside, a young woman gripped the steering wheel tightly, her breath uneven. One hand rested protectively over her belly. "Please, not now," she whispered. At 8 months pregnant, the last place she wanted to be was stuck on a deserted road with a smoking engine. She tried the ignition again. Nothing. Her phone showed 1 bar of signal, then none. Panic crept in. Just then, a battered pickup truck slowed behind her. The engine rattled like it had seen better decades. The driver stepped out, a man in his early 30s, wearing oil-stained clothes and carrying a small toolbox. He knocked gently on her window. "Ma'am, are you okay?" She hesitated. In a world that often warned her to be careful, trusting strangers didn't come easily. But the pain in her back was growing sharper, and the rain wasn't letting up. She cracked the window slightly. "My car, it just stopped," she said. "I don't know what to do." He gave a reassuring nod. "Let me take a look. I'm a mechanic." She studied his face, tired, honest, calm. After a moment, she unlocked the door. The man introduced himself as Daniel. Within seconds, he had the hood open, rain soaking through his shirt as he inspected the engine. "Radiator's blown," he said. "And you've overheated it pretty badly." Her heart sank. "Can you fix it?" "Not properly out here," he admitted. "But I might be able to patch it enough to get you to the nearest town." She bit her lip. "Please, I need to get to the hospital." Daniel froze for a split second. "Hospital," she nodded, wincing. "I think it might be time." That was all he needed to hear. "All right," he said quickly. "We're not wasting another minute." Working with urgency, Daniel used whatever he had, tape, spare tubing, even a piece of cloth, to temporarily seal the leak. It wasn't pretty, but it might hold. "Okay," he said, closing the hood. "This should get you a few miles. But honestly, it's risky." Another wave of pain hit her, stronger this time. She gasped. Daniel didn't hesitate. "Forget the car. You're not driving like this." "What do you mean?" "I'll take you," he said, already grabbing his keys. "My truck isn't pretty, but it runs." She looked at the rusty vehicle, then back at him. "You'd do that," he gave a small shrug. "You need help. That's enough." Minutes later, she was in the passenger seat, clutching the dashboard as Daniel sped carefully through the rain. "Stay with me," he said. "What's your name?" "Lena," she breathed. "I'm Daniel." "You're going to be okay, Lena." She let out a shaky laugh. "You sound very sure." "I have to be," he replied. "For both of us." As they drove, Lena studied him. "Why did you stop?" she asked suddenly. He glanced at her. "What do you mean?" "Most people didn't." Daniel was quiet for a moment. "My mom used to say, if you have the ability to help someone and you don't, then what's the point of being able at all?" Lena swallowed hard. "That's rare," she said softly. Another contraction hit. This one was worse. Daniel's grip tightened on the wheel. "We're 5 minutes away. You can do this." She nodded, tears forming in her eyes. "Daniel." "Yeah, if something happens." "Nothing's going to happen," he interrupted firmly. She shook her head. "Just listen." Reluctantly, he nodded. "If something happens, promise me you'll take care of my baby." The words hit him like a punch. "What?" "No, Lena, you're going to be fine. Promise me," she insisted, her voice breaking. He hesitated. I can't promise something like that." "Please," she whispered. "You're the only person I trust right now." Daniel swallowed hard. "I promise," he said quietly. They reached the hospital just in time. Doctors rushed Lena inside as Daniel stood in the hallway, soaked and unsure what to do next. Hours passed. Each second felt heavier than the last. Finally, a doctor approached him. "Are you Daniel?" He stood up immediately. "Yes." "Is she okay?" The doctor gave a small smile. "She's stable. And, congratulations." Daniel blinked. "Congratulations. You have a healthy baby girl." His heart skipped. "Wait, no, I'm not." But before he could finish, a nurse appeared, holding a tiny bundle wrapped in a blanket. "She asked for you," the nurse said gently. Daniel stepped into the room slowly. Lena lay in the bed, pale but smiling. "You made it," she said. "You did," he replied. "I just drove." She laughed weakly. "Come here." He hesitated, then walked closer. The nurse placed the baby in his arms. Daniel froze. He had never held a newborn before. She's beautiful, he said softly. Lena watched him carefully. Daniel, there's something I need to tell you. He looked up. This might sound crazy, she said. But everything that happened today wasn't an accident. His brow furrowed. What do you mean? She took a deep breath. I've been looking for you. Silence filled the room. What? He said. I know who you are, she continued. Or at least, who you used to be. Daniel's chest tightened. I think you've got the wrong person. No, she said gently. I don't. She reached for a small envelope on the bedside table. Inside was an old photograph. She handed it to him. Daniel's hands trembled as he looked at it. It was a picture of a younger version of himself, standing next to a woman. His mother. How did you get this? He whispered. Lena's eyes filled with tears. Because, she was my mother too. The world seemed to stop. Daniel stared at her, trying to process the impossible. That can't be. My mom had a child before me, Lena said softly. A boy she was forced to give up. She spent her whole life searching for you. Daniel felt his knees weaken. She never told me. She couldn't find you, Lena continued. Records were lost, names were changed, but before she passed away, she gave me everything she had. Every clue, every lead. And you found me? He asked, his voice barely audible. She nodded. It took years, but I did. Daniel looked down at the baby in his arms, then back at Lena. So, you're saying, I'm your sister, she said. Tears filled his eyes. All his life, he thought it was just him and his mother. He never imagined. You stopped because you're kind, Lena said. But I like to think, maybe something deeper brought you to me. Daniel let out a shaky breath. I don't even know what to say. Say you'll stay, she whispered. He looked at her, then at the baby, then back at her. I promised, didn't I? He said softly. Days later, Daniel returned to the same highway. Lena's car had been towed, but the spot where everything changed remained. He stood there for a moment, the rain now gone, the sky clear. His life had been simple before. Lonely, but simple. Now, he had a sister, a niece, a family he never knew existed. And it all started with a broken car, and a choice to stop. Daniel smiled to himself. Sometimes, the smallest acts of kindness don't just change a moment. They change everything. The end. Did you like this feature? 1500 WAD.